nice hat.
Hey, a hat.
Hats off!
Get the hats! Get the hats!
Hats. You need hats.
Welcome back to another episode of the Well-Hatted Cinema Club. Eric, joined as always by my incredibly handsome co-host. Give it up for Micah and Brian. Woo! Look at these guys. Man, I am excited to see you guys this week. Oh my gosh, this week at the beach. It's going to be a good time. No live pod. We're just going to be relaxing, chillaxing, having a good time. But we'll be back next week with another episode as always. But looking back at last week's episode, it's live right now on Spotify and YouTube. We were talking gamer. Lots of laughs in that one. So be sure to check it out. Leave a comment down below. We really appreciate you guys engaging with us. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead and subscribe. We're like 3 away from 100 subscribers on our YouTube channel, which is really exciting.
So exciting.
So we're getting there. Maybe we'll do something big when we reach that triple digits. But shout out to Micah, as always, for putting together our episodes, getting them out to you guys every week live on Spotify and YouTube, and to Brian for running our socials on Instagram and TikTok, getting those short form contents. Brian's getting some of our older episodes out.
Yeah, I got one more. I got one more of those just because I'm trying to rage bait the people.
That's right. So if anyone wants to go look back at us when we were little babies a year and a half ago when we first started this podcast, you can see some of our content for back then. But shout out to all you guys for joining the club. But this week, our movie of the week, it's mine. Needs little to no introduction. It's everywhere right now. Probably one of the more highly anticipated films of the year. We're talking about Christopher Nolan's interpretation of Homer's epic poem, The Odyssey.
Yeah.
The Odyssey. This is Nolan's blank check project following the commercial and critical success of Oppenheimer back in, is that 23? 24?
23.
23?
Yeah, 23.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's been a couple of years. So it always feels like, an event when Nolan puts out a film, and this certainly was one. There's so much ground to cover today with the movie and what we have to talk about. So let's just get our initial thoughts on the film out of the way, guys. Brian, I'll kick it over to you, brother.
Well, man, so I felt like a loser. I was in Maine, so I was behind. I was like, anytime I opened it, social media, right, it's like all Odyssey content. Not that you can really spoil it that big.
Yeah.
But, so I finally got to it Monday night. I went with Mikey. 10 p.m. And man, this woke crap they're putting up on my screen.
Yeah.
It was fantastic, man. It was I think just like we can get into the nitty gritty, and I think obviously I need to watch it again. I don't even know where it stands exactly on my Nolan list, but like just in terms of like seeing what Nolan put together up on screen. How can you not be excited about that? There's a lot more to that, but yeah, this was a packed auditorium, like the spectacle and all. And I have to say, it might be the loudest movie I've seen in IMAX. I don't know for sure. Like Dune 3 is coming out this year, that could totally take the cake. But
sure.
Holy shit!
That initial arrow in the first scene with Sinon really wakes you up. Like, you're here now.
That one
you're awake. You're here now. You're here.
Top loud ones, just off the dome. That loud because it kind of caught you out of nowhere. The fucking Cyclops screaming, "Holy shit!"
Yeah,
and then that storm sequence at the end, like near the end, when like after they leave Helios's island. Holy shit! I had heard the 40X people were really in for a ride with that one.
Literal ride.
Yeah, no, we can get into the nitty gritty again. Like, I still think I need more time to digest it. Like, maybe even watch it again, decide where I thought. But like, this is the first movie ever filmed entirely using IMAX film cameras. He built some insane sets, and it shows, and it was really cool to see up there. So, Mike, I'll pass it over to you. What you think?
Yeah, I liked it. It's like a big spectacle.
Yeah.
Like saying that like you film this entirely in IMAX, while cool, and the kind of thing you get to do because you're Christopher Nolan, you just made Oppenheimer, and you make $1 billion and win Best Picture and Best Director and all that stuff. I could kind of see why no one does a full movie using the ginormous, unwieldy, extremely loud, can only film 3 minutes at a time IMAX camera. If I had any issue with the movie, it'd probably be that. It'd be like, you can kind of see
Yeah.
Things that you're like, oh, okay, it's because we are viewing this through something the size of like a small fridge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Great, but I know what you mean. Like some of the, you feel like I actually didn't even think about that, Micah. Like I feel like Nolan used to have these like there was a little more like a longer camera, like more extended camera work, like more. I'm trying to frame this right. I feel like you could tell that every shot that was there.
It feels credit to his editor who he's worked with. I think in the last couple of movies. That you can hardly tell because she does an amazing job. But it is like you think about it, there is nothing over 3 minutes long.
Yeah,
and it's pretty. You have to do rapid takes. I think they tried to hide it by like, the time play kind of stuff where like a scene would happen. They're like, oh, little flash of the past, and we're back in the conversation. That wasn't us changing out the film reel or anything.
Yeah.
Some narration of like someone talking over, like him talking.
It's a wave crashing. And we're back. Yeah.
The opening, what he filmed for like the opening sequence of The Dark Knight Rises, like which I know he's really proud of on a technical aspect. I don't know if you could pull off that. Like some of
you literally could not.
You could not, because they had scenes where like guys were like holding the cameras like on the side of planes, not drones, but aerial shots. They couldn't do that with their
I think
footage.
they had to put it underneath the helicopter if you wanted anything. Like
anything
getting close
like
to
dynamic,
a drone.
that's
mm-hmm.
insane.
But I mean, that's like the nitpickiest of all nitpicks.
Yeah,
I did really like it. I think I liked the writing better than any other aspect of it, which is kind of funny because he was talking about when he was writing it, and he was like, I guess feeling some type of way about his writing process, and his son was like, "Don't even worry about it, man. You didn't win that Oscar for writing." But I thought this was quite good to take something that's been done a bajillion times and put his own spin on it.
Sure.
I think, Micah, we were having a conversation about it on Friday last week because we got to see it on Thursday, opening night. And I think you described it as like Nolan's interpretation of the Odyssey, which I just used describing the intro because it really does feel that way, right? Like we all know the story and how are you going to do it differently? And it really like, especially with the way it comes full circle in the third act and a lot of the through lines you don't realize you're watching as you go through the movie. It really does feel like his own interpretation, and he focuses on different aspects of the story that we all know but we might necessarily have focused on. I mean, I've gotten to see this movie twice now. First time in IMAX with everybody, and the second time in Dolby yesterday. And first time I watched it, I feel like how you're feeling right now, Brian, like super overwhelmed. I was texting Zach about it, longtime friend of the pod. And he said, he texted me saying he feels like he needs to smoke a cigarette, like right after he finished the story. And I feel like that encapsulates exactly how like I felt like winded that first night after watching it, like very stressed. Obviously, I mean, watching his journey the first time, I knew I liked the movie, but I didn't really appreciate maybe all its nuance. And Brian, you've definitely said something like that before about like Nolan films. Like the first time you watch, you're like, man, that's great, but like, okay, like that's a lot to digest.
You gotta take a beat, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
It's like it's been everyone since since we've been seeing him in theaters anyway.
Yeah. And walking out of the theater last night, I really appreciated the movie more. I loved a lot of the, like I said, the through lines and the setup a lot more. The first two acts and the writing was great. And then really just getting Nolan's overall message on like the collapse of society. It really felt like Oppenheimer-ish with that ending.
Yep. It was very Oppenheimer-ish.
Yeah, it definitely felt that way. But I mean, we were already talking about the spectacle. Like, obviously, this was a lot of the marketing was geared around the spectacle, and you guys have like Micah brought up that point about it definitely like some of the blocking sometimes felt a little repetitive. Do you guys think it lived up to the hype of the marketing that they were putting out? The spectacle of it all?
I think, Mike, I'll let you take on that. I think I was a little bit like when they showed the Cyclops is first, really, right? They don't show not the Sack of Troy, not the, what do they call the Lara something, whatever, the Giants. I was like, whoa, this is sick. But then I was kind of like, okay, like what I thought we kind of revealed our trump card a little too early. But then, I don't know. I think like you said, Mike, I think like later, like yeah, it was the spectacle of it all, but I think the things I liked more about the movies were the performances and some of the writing. I wasn't, because yeah, it did get a little bit like, we get off the boat. Uh-oh. We gotta get back on the boat. Like, I mean, you can get into that all you want.
Yeah, that's what the Odyssey is. It's a bunch of getting on and off the boat.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Should we get off at Death Island? Oh, no.
Yeah, I think that's why you have to, like, if you're going to do all this work, you have to market it that way. I say this as I own, like, a replica IMAX camera popcorn bucket. And, you know, like, that is the selling point of the movie. It's like, you know, all I'm saying is not, like, too much about the Odyssey, because, like, there's, like, stuff there. Nolan added stuff, but, like, what they're reporting on the movie, as to, I guess, not get into the nitty gritty or anything, is like, did you see how they did this practically and how they did that practically? And the dolphins were real, and like the big guys are 7 feet tall, and Matt Damon's stunt double is like 4'11". She's got mega biceps, and that's her on the poster.
It looks
like,
great.
Yeah, it does.
We all got that 5 foot girl with massive arms on those posters now.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, she's gonna be on every, like, anyone who buys, which is a great poster.
Big
I
poster.
think it lived up to the hype, though, in the sense that, like, again, when you have great actors, you have a Hoyte van Hoyt. He's like, you know, he's an all-time cinematographer. You have Nolan. You have Ludwig behind the score. I think even some of this, there were sequences that, like even if, like, yeah, you got, like you said, Mike, you brought up, yeah, you saw how we did the puppet for the Cyclops, and what they did for the Giants, like using forced perspective and all these things was really cool. But then you had ones where, like, yeah, they didn't have to do. I think one of the more forgettable scenes.
The Cersei pigs.
Well, that Cersei thing is crazy. I was saying more about that. Like, I feel like for me, 2 water demon attacks, right? I thought the whirlpool and Carabit, whatever the spider thingy is, I kind of could take or leave that one. But how they did the sirens, because, you know, some places do more of a crazy, like, rapids, and they're jumping on the boat, and everyone's freaking out.
Yeah.
They slowed that one down a lot, and I think it might be my favorite scene in the movie. Up there, because, you know what I mean. I think they use their strengths in different ways. Because, like, yeah, you could have seen, like, we built robotic mermaids in the water to swim up to the boat. You know, I could have seen them going a few different directions with that, but they. And I think that actually just a good segue to me. My favorite performance for me, I think, was this Himesh Patel was my favorite in the movie. Matt Damon is obviously great, but I really think a lot of people keep kind of brushing him by when we're talking about who was great in this movie. I thought Himesh Patel was my favorite performance.
Let's talk about the ensemble. Like, there's a ton of A-listers here. Obviously, like, this movie's about Odysseus, so, like, we can talk about Matt Damon all we want. But yeah, Brian, you brought up, like, a supporting cast member who really stood out to you. Eurylochus? Eurylochus. Yeah.
Eurylochus.
Was there anyone, Micah, on the supporting cast who stood out to you?
I do think everyone got their moment, which kind of happens in these, like, big ensembles. It's like you'll have your scene, at least one. So I really liked, because, like, just the way the movie starts, I was like, oh shit, that's Elliot Page, and then immediately murked, and I was like, no way they signed up for this just to get killed. And then when he had his big scene, I was like, oh, okay, that's why you brought in Elliot Page. I thought that was really good. That whole scene in Hades, I thought, was probably my favorite sequence.
That's a good one.
The score, the way it looked, just that's when they start, like, you know, showing their hand for, like, the grief aspect of it. It's like, man, you didn't even bury these people. Like, you know, it's good. It's when they start, like, thematically rounding towards home.
Yeah, they do kind of finally stop putting around islands and start, like, said, taking the turn.
It's like, why wouldn't he want to go back? It's like, well, he's got to count for, like, thousands of dead people as you see them chase him off the island. But I liked that performance. I mean, Anne Hathaway, who's working a chair like she is, just haunting the space behind that veil. Yeah, which is kind of cool. I guess you can, like, they need that for, like, you know, introverted people. If you want to be a part of the party, but you don't want anyone to see you or talk to you or come up to you or anything, just be like, sit on the steps and I'll
it's like David behind me making dinner right now. Right? Like, once David's done with dinner, I have to get off the podcast.
like when you were a kid and your parents had their adult friends and it was like, come on down to grab some food. And you're like, fuck, man, I'm just been sitting. God, I come down. I'm sitting on the stairs. Anyway, thought she was great in what she had to do. Who else did I like? Those are probably like top of mind. I like, honestly, been seeing mixed opinions, but Charlize,
Yeah.
I thought she effective, not bad. It's I think a weaker part of the movie because they changed it so much,
Right.
From
she's
the
like
book.
so if I remember from the book, right, she's like supposed to be like actively keeping him there.
Yeah,
They don't want to
captain,
lean
right?
into that with this.
it's distracting because like he's there low key willingly because he just doesn't know he has like a family and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's having a grand old time. He's not
Gotcha.
wandering around vaguely haunted, but
haunted by this fast.
Yeah. No, I think you guys brought up some really good really good performances, because I was going to bring up Elliot Page as well. And I'm glad, I know like Hamish Patel, he hasn't been getting like, Mike and I said, I can't believe he's not in like the marketing tour, the press tour, because he really has a ton of screen time in this movie.
Yeah, he's got like maybe the second or he's in top 5.
I mean,
probably.
like I was thinking about it in the press run, they're pairing Matt Damon with a ton of these actors, and I'm like, he's really not in these scenes. He's in with Himesh way more than he is.
Himesh is like paired up with like Lupita and like a couple of like he's like in different ones, but he hasn't been like on the forefront. I would argue that's his right hand man. Like
but you gotta lean on like your star power, and obviously one of them is Rob Pattinson. I really enjoyed his performance. Like he does such a good job of playing like a slimy guy. And yeah, I thought he was doing his thing. One of the longer takes in the movie was his little like speech to Anne Hathaway, to Penelope, when he's trying to win her hand, and they're doing a great job of acting off one another. You see him kind of winning her over until the end there. I just thought, this is a guy who he can do both sides of the coin. We've seen him play the hero, but he's really good at playing this conniving.
He's got that line delivery that I've had in my head all week. Get these
beggars
out
of here. Yeah, he's having fun with the role. And I'm
plate liquor. The way they make that sound so derogatory.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It really, really cuts the air. The way they say they're like plate liquor. I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
ooh, that's hateful.
That's crazy. Should we talk about the Tom Holland of it all?
Oh wait, I have one last shout out. I can't believe I'm blanking on his name, but Mentor.
Yeah,
Leguizamo.
Yeah, he was so solid, so good.
Yeah,
he was good.
He had a big role too. He had a big role.
Yeah.
I think he's the only person pretending to be older versus everyone else pretending to be younger.
I liked Corey Hawkins too, another small role. He was one of the suitors. I'm just looking through Travis Scott. He was
honestly there. What a way to start the movie. He's got a great voice. They lead into that.
Mia Goth, I think a little underutilized, or just didn't really have a ton to do.
Wow.
She didn't have.
I'll get into this. This movie pulls its punches, right?
Yeah.
We should have seen, okay. They behead all the traitorous slaves and servants and stuff. Well, they're slaves. Yeah. They behead them all. And I was like, oh, when she got thrown out, I was like, they're going to behead her. And they were like, too busy riding off into the sunset. And I was like, all right, not that kind of movie.
Yeah.
I was getting mad at the, just one little thing about the Elliot Page, because I thought he was great in the parts. And obviously, we know now and right away, dude's not Achilles. Just calm down. The other thing that's crazy that, I feel like they emphasize, because Elliot Page is not he's not a big dude. They emphasize, he's supposed to be like a farm boy out on the war. And he was a good friend of Odysseus, family friend of Odysseus. He's like, the whole, I don't want to spoil it, but the whole dramatic beat you find out later about why he couldn't know about what was going on in the horse. But I saw someone recently online being like, wow, totally looks like a Greek soldier. I'm like, just say you haven't watched the movie, you fucking dunce. But
these are the people that you ignore.
I know. Yeah. But then Elliot Page really did get his moment to shine as a shade. And I'd actually say Benny Safdie too, because initially, obviously, Agamemnon's just out here fucking mogging people.
I think it's a funny casting choice to use Benny.
It was,
because when you see him get all his armor off, you're like, that's Benny Safdie, man.
Yeah,
they knew not to show his face too much.
But I think he did his softer delivery when he's like,
When he's the shade.
I did not make it back.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy.
Hearing his higher than expected voice was just still like that, because he voice acts a little. So I was like, he's like
Bowser
really.
Jr.
Yeah, maybe a little bit lower pitched than Bowser.
You know what actually I found it worked with was John Bernthal's Menelaus, the King of Sparta. I know some people didn't work for everyone, but I found this fucking John Bernthal it up over there. And I think it kind of worked for me.
Well, I think that's the issue. It's like, not that it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But he does have one note.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of like a meta casting, because I feel like people associate Sparta with like Gerard Butler and sort of that angry sort of actor. And that's what I associate John Bernthal with, as just kind of an angry guy. And I'm like, yeah, John Bernthal, I bet he was like, I could see him as a Spartan. That makes sense. And obviously, like, we didn't really mention Lupita. She didn't have a ton of scenes, but I enjoyed seeing her on screen as well. I know
her one as the twin was terrifying. I was like, wow.
Scared the piss out of me. That was a good one of those jump scares.
I didn't realize she had a twin in the story. Obviously, it's been a long time since I read
that's more Odyssey. Iliad than Odyssey.
Yeah, because it's her twin sister was married to Agamemnon, right?
Yes.
Kills.
Yes.
I don't know, man.
Yes.
Well, if they had the twin and be like, hey, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I get that's like weird. It's like, we're brothers. We have twins. Anyway, let's not get into that.
Let's get to the Tom Holland of it all, because I know this is a very contentious point for a lot of people going in.
What do you think, Eric?
I thought, in a word, serviceable. I think a lot of we've been saying for a long time this is his biggest role he's had. He's funny enough, not his biggest role in terms of this is a leading actor, right? And he's playing a supporting actor here. We made the distinction. I don't think he's a leading man, because he's not doing what his wife's doing, which is moving away from playing young characters. He is doing that in this movie, but that's what the script asks for. Telemachus is supposed to be this golden boy who's like green. He's not like suited for battle, suited for combat, and he plays the character like he's 16. And you know what? Tom Holland did a serviceable job. He's not winning any awards, but I wasn't like, Mike and I were having a conversation about other leading men who could have maybe played this role. I thought he did a serviceable job in it, and we can talk about other people we thought maybe could have played this role. But yeah, what were your guys' thoughts?
Okay, please go ahead.
It's like, he doesn't do it bad. He's not like distractingly bad, but it's I was trying to think of the comp that I saw online where it's like very unfortunate to maybe give the best / most prestigious performance of your career and to still be utterly swamped by every other actor in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, that sucks. Career best, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You are playing the Harlem Globetrotters, but
I think that's a good way of putting it. He was, I don't think he did anything wrong. I think it was I think he's a very talented actor, and I think he actually, like you said, it might have been one of his more subtle, like he was very distinguished, like the son of a king might be, disheartened. It was all good, but like I just think because one, he's out here in the big leagues, like you said. Two, just because it's Tom Holland, I think it's just a little bit distracting to be like look at him and be like, oh, he's being Telemachus, and it's not like he did anything wrong. He did a perfectly good job. I had no notes. But I'm just like basically like, yeah, like I don't know, like you kind of be outacted by other people, and also like I look at you and I'm like, there's Tom Holland.
Yeah, his main scene partner is Full Tilt Anne Hathaway,
right, and or Robert Pattinson just fucking hamming it up.
I'm trying to think of other big, because my first coming out was like he didn't do anything wrong. We're all saying it, he didn't do anything wrong, but I'm like, were there opportunities where he could have shown a little better, and there definitely were, he really
like, can you name one?
Like one of the big scenes in the book, you start off when the book starts with it all gets all the way to the point where Telemachus gets to Sparta and he's talking to Menelaus, and he plays it very like somber, and he cries in this scene here, but it's supposed to be like a really big moment to start the book. It's like he's hearing about who his dad is for the first time. And like, yeah, you're acting against John Bernthal. yeah, maybe it's distracting because it's Tom Holland, but he has this 1,000-yard stare that he does when he's sad in Spider-Man, and it works. But I've seen it versus the other actors in this movie have a couple different speeds to them, and I just thought, you're not giving me much of the scene of Spart. Like when you see what happens at Troy. He's upset. He's crying. He's doing the stare. But I'm like, I could have seen a little more.
He brought it up
once,
I think. Like, it was towards the end. He goes like, this feast is over. Like, he goes up. And I was like, I kind of liked it, Eric, because you make a good point. Like, it was the first time I wasn't seeing him. Like, he was yelling. And I was like, oh. I'm not saying he had to be doing that the whole time. Like you said, I think there needs to be a little bit of rise and fall. I feel like he was either annoyed and quiet, determined and quiet, or like, he's crying and quiet. It was one of three. I feel like when he was started raising his voice to Robert Pattinson and Corey Hawkins characters, there was like a couple times where, like, when he was more when I think his performance looked a little better, but he didn't. That was few and far between for me. I don't know, Michael, what you think?
No, like, he was fine. It's not the most like memorable of all the performances ever. I think maybe we'll look back on this and just be like, oh yeah, Tom Holland was there. Telemachus. Yeah,
Tom Holland was indeed Telemachus.
He did what he needed to do.
Yeah. You look back, you're like, oh, it's like him in this movie, and it's like a large role. I don't know where his career will go, but I mean, he's about to have the #1 and #2 movie in the world
comes out
in some order.
Right? Yeah,
in some order.
I mean,
that'll be true.
The point of bringing on maybe an actor like him. Like, we're obviously seeing a ton of press around him. He's one of the top billed people in this movie, and Zendaya. It's very easy to market around the two of them, right? Like Spider-Man, this franchise lives off doing it. Tom Holland is an incredibly marketable lead. But I don't know if he's a leading man, was the point I was getting after. Like, I think the oldest character he's played is going to be this Spider-Man movie where he's like 22. And we know the guy's like 30 now. I think his wife's doing a great job of doing movies like The Drama and Challengers.
He got his Yeah. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, I think she's doing that mold of breaking that child typecast, that young man typecast. And I think he has a long ways to go to do that if we're all saying, like, it's a little distracting. That's Tom Holland on the screen, and he's in a Christopher Nolan movie. Like, he's got a ways to go to still be, I guess, taken as that serious leading man, in my opinion.
That's why I didn't mean to cut you out on that. I was just saying the point was, like you said, what Zendaya's doing. I think Tom Holland's agent, man, look at what this dude was doing besides Spider-Man. It's kind of a whole lot of nonsense. But now he had to, I think he had to, like, kind of beg to be, like to work his schedule around to be in this Nolan thing. So, baby steps.
If I'm his agent, I'm looking at our call list, and I'm like, all right, it's Marvel. That's big money. Yeah. And then when it's not Marvel, it's been Netflix. Big money. And then we did this Odyssey movie, seemingly no budget. That's big money. I'm looking at it like, whatever, man. Whatever. Who needs awards, baby? You can buy all the gold you want.
Yeah. You can make your own Oscar. If you can get all the gold melted together.
He'll be like the Kanye where he's like pissing on it in the toilet with Zendaya's eventual Oscar. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, like, I don't even know what he's got going on next. Like, I mean,
if he takes her last name, he can kind of put his thumb over it and, like, hold it up, and it'll be like it's his Emmy.
Yeah.
He's got the what we were talking about, Micah, the tap dancing movie he's doing.
Oh, the Fred Astaire movie.
Fred Astaire.
I don't even know if that's still happening, but
it's on it's IMDb. I don't know.
And then he's doing a movie where he's supposed to be playing. It's a movie that Jason Bateman's doing on a John Grisham book.
That's right. That's right.
Where
not the Pelican
client,
Brief.
the partner.
Jason Bateman is directing it.
Yeah, I have the book, and it's like that lawyer, that main character is a slimy guy who embezzles money. And that would be super interesting because I don't know if he has that speed. But if they play this like a Jason Bateman, like, comedic, like, oh, I've taken the money and running with it now, like, I don't know if that's gonna be for me as Tom Holland playing.
We'll see.
Was Uncharted really only 4 years ago? God, that feels like a lifetime ago.
It does feel like a COVID movie.
To be fair to him, I need to watch The Lost City of Z. Because maybe he's
I've
good.
I've heard that's good too, right? I don't.
Let me be fair.
He said he's Yeah, 'cause
Mhm.
he said in an interview
He's like
that
the
he's like, I've
main
been
guy.
What?
He's like, he said I was with Rob in 3 different movies, and he named like 2 movies I had never seen in my life. I'm like,
Yeah.
Devil All the Time. I know that one.
It-
And then there was,
Is he in
oh wait, no,
the
that's
Moby Dick one? Is Tom Holland in that?
oh yeah, he is in the Heart of the Sea.
The Heart of the Sea.
That was-
I know.
oh,
Chris
wow.
oh, he's playing a
Hemsworth.
boy.
Yeah, he's
I
playing a
assume.
boy. Yeah.
That was in like
that was
2014.
That was pre Civil War,
Yeah.
man. That was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that. He is in the Lost City of Z. He's like 4th
I had
build.
no idea.
Yeah, he's like
That's
he's
hilarious.
like
I had no
It's
idea. he was
Charlie
the guy.
Hunnam. It's Charlie Hunnam, Rob Pattinson, Sienna Miller, and Tom Holland. That's their title, right?
I can't even
That's
imagine. I don't think I've ever even seen like a trailer for this movie. I know the movie. I didn't even know Robert
looks-
Pattinson. Wow, that's insane.
Actually, kind of looks kind
Oh,
of cool.
man.
I like to watch
I
that.
think it's my missing RPAT. He has
Oh, yeah,
done
yeah.
some strange projects, and that's the one I haven't seen.
Yeah.
He's-
The one where it's just him and a baby in space. That was a bit of a slog to
what
get
was
I don't know
through.
what that movie
I
is.
remember that movie. Wait. Yo, deep cut, Micah.
Yeah,
Whoa.
I watched it because I'm a real fan.
What have you been watching?
Listen, you're committed to the form, man. I respect that. I gotta know what this movie's called.
While you look that up, Brian, let's change gears. Let's talk about
Sure,
Damon as Odysseus.
Woo!
Obviously, what did you guys think? There have been a lot of talks on this not being the first selection of Chris Nolan. Is his
High
first
Life,
choice?
yes.
His first
Let's
choice.
bridge these two talking points.
Yeah.
I think now Tom Holland has it written, he think, but I think if he could, he would have. So I'm not comparing them in that aspect, but I think Tom should strive to be a Matt Damon because he's just like so serviceable
Yeah.
Just be a
with like a
saver.
high size.
Did you
With
guys
a high side,
Did you
you
guys
know?
see that tweet where it's like Matt Damon? Think of him like an NFL comp. Like he's a receiver who's been like top 10 his whole career, top 5 at moments, but never the number 1 guy. Like Matt's been nominated for some stuff, but like he's never been that bona fide like 1A guy. I'm not saying this
Drew
movie
Brees?
puts him there, but like who's that NFL receiver?
I don't
That's
know,
like
but he's hard to
receiver.
Receiver that's like
he's
that.
definitely a skill. He's definitely a skill player, not a quarterback.
Mine was
It's
I
like- 'cause
saw
he's
that
always-
like tweet that I think it was a Reddit post of being like who like someone give me an NFL
Yeah.
like comp to that, and mine was like Mike Evans, but that maybe is like I don't know if that's disrespect to Mike Evans, but he was never like the number
You
1
gotta-
guy.
The thing
but
is,
like
you gotta look back though. It's hard to remember. Like there was a time, man, where like you could not. Like this, even before Matt Damon leading, man, you could not escape Matt Damon.
he has been.
Matt Damon was everywhere.
Who's the comp,
I
Micah?
could.
All right, if we're
That's
going
it.
just skill players in general, it's not going to be a
Sure.
wide receiver. Give me Jalen Ramsey, elite as a
Sure.
corner, and now he's checked down to safety and he's pretty good, damn good at that too.
I like that.
I can see that.
I
can
like
see
that.
And there was a time when Jalen Ramsey,
He was the number
you
1
were
guy.
fearing him.
He was
You
the
were
number 1
fearing
guy
him
for a
on
while.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And you're like, my God, it's Jason Bourne. And then,
Yeah.
you know, now it's like, we're holding on. We're holding
Well,
on.
this
He's,
is a
he's
Matt
leading the
Damon.
Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's like a Matt Damon. We're in like a weird like. I feel like Matt Damon's career has taken, and I'm saying it strictly as an actor. Like I'm aware he wrote Good Will Hunting too, but like we got it. You got it. Like he comes on the scene, right? Talented young actor. Okay.
Talented Mr. Ripley.
Talented
Talented
Mr.
Mr.
Good
Ripley.
movie.
And another point, he's all over the map, right? We're talking Bournes, we're talking Oceans, we're talking. He's everywhere, right? Then I feel you get to the late 2000s, right? You're in your Departed era, right? Matt Damon leading man. There's some highs, there's some lows. You got your Martians. That then he kind of takes a step back.
After the Great
Right?
Wall.
He goes in or yeah.
After the Great Wall. That's when you can literally look at his filmography. After the Great Wall, he took
I think
a
he
step
had
back.
some kids.
Yeah,
and he was
yeah.
like, I need a bag.
He bought a
Yeah.
zoo. He bought a
Need some
zoo.
lawn.
He bought a zoo. Yeah.
He bought a zoo. Right. So I feel like now you got like, you know, he was in Nolan movies, like he was in Oppenheimer. He was in, but like I think now this is like a new like. I feel like this is the new This is the new era of Matt Damon. We got old
Well, do
Damon
you see
now.
his kids? I think we can map this to his children. They
Yeah.
are in college or maybe
The last one's
about
getting
to
it.
be or
The
maybe
last
beyond.
one's leaving the house like
Is
right
she like
now.
a film?
Yeah,
is she
so
like
he's
a
got like
cinematographer
6
now?
daughters, and they're all like a high school, college plus.
Yeah, because if
So
you
I think now, like,
yeah, go.
he
Yeah.
was like working, had young kids, was like, let me do some movies for them, get some money, and then
Yeah.
now he's back.
Because you got like Matt Damon from like so you have 90s Matt Damon, right? 90s Matt Damon was around. We got that.
No kids.
2002 through freaking 2010, you couldn't escape Matt Damon.
He
Matt
was
Damon's
everywhere.
Matt Damon's
hungry
everywhere.
daycare nannies.
Matt Damon's everywhere. He's got it. Then we get to we've got Invictus Matt Damon, True Grit Matt Damon. Now we got supporting actor Matt Damon. Then he bought a zoo.
Cancer's
Now we're in
college is on the horizon.
2011 he bought a zoo. Things slow down right around Interstellar. Right, he does one more of the mark. Oh, then he tries to pick back up his leading man in the mid 2000s or mid 2010s. Jason Bourne, The Great Wall.
Money.
And then after that, he goes. He
was producing at that point because he was supposed to do Manchester by the Sea, and then he bought a zoo and did the Great Wall and just gave the role to Casey and produced that movie.
After 2016, up until Ford vs Ferrari, he was really pretty. It's pretty spotty in between,
Yeah,
but like
he
you
had
said,
kids.
Probably he had kids.
Busy man, life.
He said even in an interview recently that
Affleck.
he's like, I don't even he hasn't. Someone asked him to get back into Broadway, and he's like, maybe now. But he's like, I couldn't do it when I had kids. Like, apparently the schedule for doing Broadway stuff is off the chain.
Like 3 times a day, like every day.
But this performance, I thought it was great. I thought it was I liked a lot what he gave. I mean, he's got his like Beatty moment when he's tied to the post. But I don't know. I liked him as Odysseus. I kind of wonder. Someone said of other Nolan leading men. With this, could you have seen a Leo or a Bale Odyssey?
I think we've seen an Odyssey out of Leo.
That's true. We did. We saw a Native American Odyssey in the fucking when he was out in the woods.
Yeah, and I think he could have done this better than Matt Damon, but we don't have to go there. He didn't get hired.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't think there's any reason to think that way. I think this is a great Matt Damon performance.
I think if this is going to be, I think the only thing preventing Killian from delivering another all-timer is the fact that very similar themes to Oppenheimer, and you just can't do it twice.
How meta would it have been to have him play?
Being twice.
Because at that point, I mean, I think he came out of this movie thinking all right, Odysseus is like the Oppenheimer of his time, and that gets into the third act and the nitty gritty.
He broke the Zeus law.
But it would have been wild, maybe too meta to have Killian play that role twice. I think Killian would have done a great job. We've seen him play sort of. Obviously, Odysseus is known for playing a very smart, tactical guy, and we know that Killian can do that. I don't know if Killian could have done that, very physical third act fight scene. Matt really bulked up for that. He looked huge. He did look pretty
yoked.
So I don't know how that would have. They
didn't want to be great. They wouldn't let him do parkour this time, but that's fine.
No, that's fine. I was laughing because I do wonder. So, obviously, I liked how all wrapped up in the end. They show about what happened when he led Troy, about the, like you said, kind of the Oppenheimer of his time. He broke Zeus' law. He unleashed 10 years of strife on the city, and it's this lack of etiquette, if you will, of war just spread like wildfire. Great. I liked it. I liked the way it all tied together. However, I want to meet someone who didn't get this, because as soon as early in the movie, they're talking about men at sea just pillaging at will, and I'm like, oh, I wonder who that is. I don't know. There was no part of my brain that was like, oh, is that going to be a twist? Because I'm like, especially, and then as soon as the Odyssey starts, they pull up to that island we're just looking for food, burning huts, got dudes on the ground, where's why wouldn't you just help us? I'm like, yeah, but no, I think it all worked out. I do laugh though, because I think it would be a little too on the nose to have Killian do that again.
Yeah, maybe too.
I do think he could have done a really good job though.
I think it would have been awesome. But I liked Matt. I don't know if I'm ready to declare he's a shoo-in for a nom or anything.
I think he's a shoo-in for a nom, probably. I don't know if he's going to win.
Biggest movie of the summer.
Yeah. I mean,
Matt Damon.
You could probably toss him his way, but I think he portrays the character in such a multi-dimensional way, and I think that's a credit to the writing. And it's a credit to Matt himself. We know he understands the writing as well, very well. He knows what he's doing in the role, which is important. I think the line "Tell me about a complicated man" is the first line in the Odyssey, and coming out of this movie, you really see between his actions and the way he acts in this movie, interacts with people. Odysseus is a really complicated figure. He's not necessarily a hero. Which
kind of a dick at the beginning with his men.
Yeah, which ties into your point, Brian, about the thing oh, I wonder who the people from the sea are. It's Matt Damon.
No, I didn't mean that as oh, that's dumb. I just was watching, being obviously Nolan's leaning into more of like, see, kind of that's just what he does with his version being like the domino effect of what a journey like this about what a 10-year siege could do. Like, you don't think about a spin on the like fact that's like, oh, the trick that Odysseus came up with that won them the war is not some like heroic thing that saved the day. It's like, no, he did that because he just wanted to go home, and by doing so, he basically causes this dominant. I mean, they basically, like you said, I mean, that was one of my favorite, like, more chilling lines in the movie when he goes like, I unleashed 10 years of frustration and anger onto that city, because he's like,
Yeah.
because you think about it, you're like, oh yeah, those civilians would have been fucked, because these Greeks have been out on a beach unhappy for a decade, and you just let them into the walls, and they obviously show with the Athena statue,
Right.
which I thought was pretty cool.
I think that was my favorite scene, like when we return to Troy, because this movie, in typical Nolan fashion, like,
yeah,
we go to the future, we go to the past, we're returning to certain scenes, and the taking of Troy, the reframing of the events of Troy within like the timeline of the story, because we see it as such like a smart, like, tactical move, an epic battle when Millennius is telling a story and midway through the story. So then we get this like humanized telling, like twisted sacking of a city, like pillaging that when Odysseus
people onto the streets.
Yeah, and
like,
I think the payoff of that was just incredible, because that first scene you're like, yes, they broke through the walls, and now you're like, oh geez, they broke through the walls like after 10 years. And that was my favorite scene, that when we return to Troy and we have Odysseus walking through the streets, and you get to the point where the kind of the payoff of, oh, we've been seeing Zendaya throughout the film as Athena. You're not really thinking twice of it, like, oh, it's Athena, and then when this innocent Trojan girl is brought before him and beheaded, and it's Zendaya, and so you're like, oh, Athena's taking the form of this girl, maybe like a manifestation of his grief, his guilt in a way. I think that payoff is fantastic, and you like watching it again, you get to see the setup of that a lot through the movie. And I think the third act in general is just, it's one of his Nolan's stronger ones. Obviously, the whole movie we're seeing Odysseus return home. We're itching to see Odysseus return home and deal with these suitors, and I think it does pay off in a very tense, action-packed scene.
Yeah, it's a good one for sure. I think like you got to see it twice, but I think I'm jealous. You got to marinate in it a little more than I'm still going off the first viewing. But yeah, that's we can move on if we want. I don't know if there's anything else. I mean, I think we all in agreement, like, Ludwig score, cool, not cool. I think everyone's agreement, pretty cool.
Yeah, I would just add on to Eric. There's like a real absence of like the gods in the movie. It's like pretty modern. And then even like they don't really romanticize the whole Troy was about Helen and how she ran away for love or something, and she gets dragged back by her husband, all that stuff. They really pretty gloss over that, and they're like, nah, it's about trade, and we're never going to leave, because it's about greed more than any sort of romantic notion. And pretty interesting. I do kind of miss all the gods in the story a little bit, but like they're still there, just in different elements, like talking about noise and sound. Like every time it thunders, they're like, oh, Zeus is his ears perked up, or Zeus wants to know what's going on. It was like, oh, and you're just like, oh god, all right, that was Zeus, I guess.
And it happens, seeing the second viewing, paying attention, it happens so often. Like,
he's locked in.
It happens a lot more than you realize.
I love how he's all butthurt after after they leave the Cyclops Island. It's like every time something went wrong, they were mad at me because they think he pissed off Poseidon, and frickin' every time, was that what you want to hear? I didn't pay to Poseidon. Like fucking, stupid joke.
No, I like that. It was good.
Dumb Boston bad joke. They kept hearing that, but no, I do like they did play on that a lot, and they did play a lot in the whole thing that was the gods and humans thing, like you said, and that's always what it comes down to. But yeah, I agree, Mike. I was kind of surprised. Like they really leaned away from the Helen of Troy, what caused the war. They were like, no, it's just about Agamemnon. Just wanted to cut the trade routes. That's what it was all about.
They only mention it really the one time. I mean,
yeah.
But it does tie more into like, the collapse of society, sure, right? And how now basically Oppenheimer, like, what have I done? I've broken the sanctity of like hospitality between men, and that's all we have because this is a time where people can't write. A little bit of on the nose dialogue there at times, but it's delivered by Anne and Matt, so comes off fine. Comes off fine.
Yeah.
But like this is the end of our Bronze Age. I'm like,
Yeah.
you got it.
Spell it out.
Yeah, you
I mean,
you just got it. Yeah.
Where do you guys think he goes from here?
Oh, who knows, man?
Is there a place you'd like him to go?
I don't really know.
It's a good question.
I heard somebody talk about going back into space. I heard somebody say do like a Dante's Inferno. I don't really know. I in Nolan I trust. But he seems like what I like about him is he seems like a guy who's like, I only go where like if I have a story that really compels me.
Well, and he's brought that up with like horror, right?
Yeah.
Like, he brought up. Someone asked him about Obsession, and he was like, "Oh, it definitely interests me towards if there was the right project," which is a very PR answer. Like, I don't know if I necessarily want to see him go to horror, although that body horror scene. I timed my I'll be honest. I timed my bathroom breakup yesterday for exactly when that I didn't want to see him turned into pigs again. I wasn't.
That was tough to watch.
It was a lot, but great. Good job, Nolan. Crazy. But yeah, I don't know because I'm like, oh, you should go to space. I'm like, oh, we've been there. We've done that, but I don't know. Like, this is gonna make a lot more of money again. Fuck you, Brian's fantasy team, but like it's gonna make a lot of money, so he's gonna have pretty much another blank check to do whatever he wants. I'd say.
Listen, sorry, no one could have seen that Moana was gonna tank. I hate that movie. I didn't see that coming.
That the one live action Disney movie that tanks? Are we joking?
Micah still got Spider-Man.
Did you see anything about it?
No,
it's horrible. I saw one clip of the "You're Welcome" sequence, and I could not believe
how did
bad
Train
it
Your
looked.
Dragon get $1 billion?
Well,
and then
the same guy was like, I really cooked. Allow me to do it scene for scene. I will say I saw some scene matchups, and they were just like, whenever the scene was like too colorful and complicated, it just kind of froze time and like hoped you didn't notice. So a lot of like the big island sequences.
Right.
She's just like not moving. And I was like, oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
All right.
Man.
But yeah, what about, what's crazy is I think, and it's way too soon, but imagine, like, same cast and everything, same premise.
Sure.
Imagine if Chris Nolan had made, like, the 610 to Yuma or whatever it's called.
Oh, yeah, 310.
310. Like, it's a
Russell
time-oriented Western starring Christian Bale. I was like, wow.
Ooh, I like the idea of a Nolan Western-esque-ish.
Bank heist on a train. I don't know.
I love it.
Like that. Like,
I trust the guy.
He's
Whatever
done
he chooses
war.
next.
We'll see.
He's done like a couple different spy movies between Inception and Tenet. Felt very spy. Obviously, like he's done like 2 Odysseys at this point with Interstellar and this. And
Biopic,
biopic with Oppenheimer, check. Yeah,
Magicians.
Yeah,
check.
Sure.
He's done
Detective,
superheroes.
4
like
detective movies
with crime.
Yeah, a lot of detective
murder
movies,
mystery with Insomnia, right?
Yeah.
Prestige is kind of a murder mystery.
Memento's a murder mystery. Like, so yeah, it's got to be some sort of project that people could say like, oh, no one wants to tackle this,
Yeah.
I wouldn't have projected the Odyssey being his next movie, and that's where he went. So
I will say, I was talking with Mike about this, and I was like, if I wanted to do like a big like fantasy epic, like this is probably as fantastical as he can get. I don't know. He didn't even really like putting the fantasy elements in the story too much in this, But I was like, damn, I wish he had written his own maybe. But I do like, that he did the Odyssey. But I was like, his individual fantasy would be interesting to see. But maybe he was like, I would just rather do the Odyssey. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
I feel like it's too soon to do a Nolan rankings because we're all still digesting.
We can wait.
So
we can
leave it for down the line.
Wait when he announces the next one.
Yeah, I mean, we're 50 minutes in talking about Nolan, so I think it's Micah, your movie of the week, right?
What do you got for us, buddy?
Oh man, what a fun.
It's a fun little weird week in between. What's next, Boderman?
I didn't come prepared.
That's okay.
Let me see.
Angel Studios, Young Washington.
Oh, jeez.
Why aren't these in order by date? AMC,
I know, right?
you'll be seeing me.
Yep.
What is this? Oh, this movie's been done before. You know what? Not sure what this is about. Who directed this? Oh, I like his stuff. All right, let's watch Her Private Hell.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Private Hell.
Ooh, we got who we got in this one?
It's either that or we could do Sheep in the Box.
Sheep in the Box.
Which one's Sheep in the Box?
So Her Private Hell already out?
No, it looks like it comes out this week.
These all come out this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Sheep in the Box. What the fuck is Sheep in the Box?
The Sheep in the Box.
Well, which one would you prefer, Micah?
Let me see, because I like both these directors. I think.
Oh, it's a Japanese film.
Sophie Thatcher.
Oh, cool. All right, I'm up for either one. I like Sophie Thatcher.
The track history, a little bit better.
For.
Let's see.
Oh, is this the Only God Forgives Drive guy, Nicholas Winding
Bronson. Yeah, he did Bronson.
Mm.
Man, it depends. How you guys feeling? Y'all feeling Japanese?
I mean, you know, you boys
Always.
Yeah. Let's do it. I'm all for it. That sounds cool.
Never mind. We can do Her Private Hell.
Cool.
We'll do
Sounds
that.
good, man.
Word.
Sounds good.
I'm down.
Sigh relief from Brian.
No, I love a good Japanese film, man. Come on.
Bet. All right. Next
Love
week
Rent a
with
Family.
Her Private Hell, Charles Melton, Sophie Thatcher. All right.
Love it.
Oh, we're getting into our next segment, which we didn't really talk about how we're doing this. If we wanted to do this on a doc or something.
Just to make it, I don't know if we're going to pull up a doc. We just want to run through them.
Yeah.
Run through them. If I put them on TikTok or anything, I'll put something on the screen. But I thought about this just because I was like, the people have been ranking Pixar movies since Toy Story 5 came out. I haven't seen some of them, and I feel like 31 is a long to rank, but I also feel like 10 is tough to put your top 10 in. So I said top 15.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll kind of think of it.
There's 31. I looked up the Pixar movies because I didn't remember all of them. I haven't seen a lot of them either. But yeah, there's 31. So the top 15 really gives you your top half here. Gives you room to throw in some flyers.
I think the way we should do is we go around. We'll do our 15 through 11, and our 10 through 6, and then our top 5, and they'll be 11. You can justify things if you want to. I don't think we need to go into a huge blurb each time we have to do all of them.
That's cool.
But
All right.
I'm down with that.
Do you want to go first, Brian? Show us how it's done.
Sure. So the reason I picked the 15 was because the 15 is tough, especially the bottom. This number 15 spot could have gone to a couple different movies. I had a few there, but I think I left it to go to Soul. But Soul at my 15. At my 14, I got my Monsters University. 13, Cars, the first one. 12, Inside Out. And at the 11, Toy Story 1. I think that's a pretty solid top third, top upper echelon of Pixar, but not too high.
Sure.
I'd love to hear yours.
Yeah.
Who, me?
And Micah, go ahead. You go.
All right, fine.
Second.
I cheated. Honorable mention goes to The Good Dinosaur.
No!
By me.
Son of a bitch,
Hey.
that's cheating.
All right, I don't care. All right, 15.
That's it.
15,
Hey,
Cars
Hoppers.
2. Haters eat my
What?
ass.
Fuck you.
Cars 2.
What?
14 goes to Elio. That's one of the
Okay.
newer ones.
That's what I haven't seen.
13 goes to Luca. COVID John.
That
12
was
goes to Hoppers. Also new.
yeah.
Wait, did you stop at 11?
Yeah, you get to 11.
Okay.
Go to 11.
And then 11, Incredibles 2.
Okay.
There you go.
Micah, a couple of those were in my the hovering, like Luca and Hoppers. Those were in the
Fair.
the outside. All right, what do you got for 15 through 11?
All right, I realized I hadn't seen a ton of the new ones, so a lot of my stuff is nostalgia based. But 15, I have Up, just tossing Up in there. I'm tossing.
Seems low for Up.
I'm not the biggest Up guy.
All right, hey, that's your list.
I think it's
please.
because a lot of when I was younger, kids said I looked like the Boy Scout kid, so I didn't really enjoy that.
No.
14, A Bug's Life.
All right.
A Bug's Life. criminally underrated. 13, I have Incredibles 2. 12, I have Hoppers, and 11, I have Inside Out.
Nice. Okay. All right. A lot of cross. I feel like a couple things that were scattered, but I don't have I don't take issue with pretty much your 15 through 11, in my opinion.
Wow, thank you so much, Brian.
Cars 2. Brian is approving Cars 2.
I'm a pro. I do not like Cars 2. I was saying there's different. I just mean more like there's
Some
not.
of us have taste, and then there's
There was
some of us.
I know I'm not the approval. I just meant more like I didn't hear one besides. I guess like Eric's up. I thought was a low, but I didn't hear one where I was like, "What? You're out of your mind." But now we might. We get to the top 10. All right. In the 10 seed, weighing number 10, I have Coco.
Wow.
And then at my 9, I have A Bug's Life.
Wow.
At my 8, I have A Rat Patootie.
Mm-hmm.
At my 7, I have Finding Nemo. And at my 6, I have Monsters, Inc. Those are my 10 through 6.
All right. Number 10, I have Soul.
All right.
Number 9, I have Inside Out.
Nice.
Number 8, I have Up.
Okay.
Number 7, Toy Story 3.
All right.
Number 6, I have Wall-E.
Very good. It kind of feels, I'm starting to think it's like our age is showing with the ones we have in the top 10. Like, it's just like.
Yeah, maybe.
See,
we'll see.
Soul is one I have to watch again, man. Like, I put it by 15. I'm like, I have to tell you last time I watched it, but I think I remember really liking it. Eric?
So, to be honest, I haven't seen Soul. So that's one that's not on my list before people start getting mad at me. But at 10, I have Cars. Shout out Cars. 9, I have Wall-E. Had to toss it in here. 8, the OG Toy Story. And then I've got Monsters, Inc. at 7. And should I say Ratatouille already? Ratatouille at 6.
I've always been higher on Bug's Life. That's what's in my 9. I think it's a criminally underrated Pixar movie. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, obviously I could hear something crazy in the top 5. I was worried I was going to get like some like Incredibles 2 fucking Onwards or some bullshit sneaking into someone's top 10.
I
forgot about that. That's another Tom Holland, John.
Yeah, Tom.
Fuck, it is. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
Wow.
I forgot about that movie.
I do not like or care to watch ever again. I will still. This is Bailey's fault, I think. Every time I get in a car, I'm like, put it in O for Onward. Yep. It gets me going. All right. We still with me?
Yeah. I thought I lagged.
All right. I know he lagged. I saw lag. All right. Top 5. And a lot of ones you're probably expecting in here, but I guess the order of them is what matters. Number 5, I got Wall-E. Number 4, I got Up. That one just hits home for me. And these 1 through 3, I really could make an argument of switching them around, but here's how I have them. Toy Story 2, I have at the 3 seed. At number 2, I have The Incredibles. And at my number 1, I have Toy Story 3, Argue with a Wall. I don't care. That movie rocks.
Wow.
All right.
Okay. At 5, I have Cars.
Damn,
4,
there's the Cars.
Coco.
Right.
3, Finding Nemo.
Great movie.
2, Toy Story 2.
Yeah.
And 1, The GOAT, The Incredibles.
Yeah. Toy Story 2 and The Incredibles are I just love Toy Story 3. I put it above, but those two are pretty much.
Yeah, there's a lot of crossover here for us.
Yeah.
At 5, I have Coco.
Yeah.
That was the last Pixar movie that made me cry. Then I got a little duo sitting here. I have Toy Story 3 at 4 and Toy Story 2 at 3.
Yeah.
And then these two I had back and forth. I had The Incredibles at 2 and Finding Nemo at
1. At the 1.
Finding Nemo was actually. I think The Incredibles was the first movie I watched in theaters, and Finding Nemo was the first movie I cried about.
I will say this. Yeah, Finding Nemo is one that I think as I watch it again, nostalgia. I think Mike Gibson, Incredibles is The Incredibles. It's great. Toy Story 2 is one I couldn't remember. It was overrated. Then I think I watched it this past year, and I was like, holy fuck. This movie, that movie came out swinging. And what year was that? 2001, whatever year it came out. Crazy follow up. 1999. Holy shit! Not even that. That was that movie was ahead of its curve, especially compared to the first Toy Story, which is, it's good, but it's dated.
It's like scary and weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's how I feel.
I'm noticing there's a lack of Toy Story 5 on everyone's list.
Dude.
And it's going to stay that way. So
It's going to stay that way. What about Lightyear? No one wanted to put Lightyear in there?
does that count? I think that was Disney Animation.
No, it does count. You know
Fuck.
what was that clip, Mike? It's not Pixar technically, but you sent me that clip of planes. That was
Is that Pixar?
No, it's Disney, but it's like a spin-off. But it's
Cars. From the Cars universe.
But it's just a Battle of the Midway was canon in planes. It's insane.
There's kamikaze planes. But yeah, I mean that they've really milked. No one put Cars 3. Crazy.
Yeah.
I've actually never seen it.
No love for Turning Red, huh? Y'all don't care about periods?
Turning Red actually broke my top 20, but did not break my top 15. But I
was
do.
Dead
last
Turning
for
Red.
you, Brian.
Dead last of ones that I haven't seen, or not kind of ones I hadn't seen. Like I'm sorry, I'm saying Finding Dory, not without question.
Yeah.
Not great. Not great.
Because I haven't seen Lightyear, The Good Dinosaur, Elio, Elemental, and Cars 3. So my bottom one of the ones that I had seen was Finding Dory.
Dude, Elemental is just a wild movie.
Yeah,
it's like what if yeah, it's like well she's Chinese because she's fire, and they're like she's from the Firelands, not so subtly like China coded, and then she works in her family's like they do like bao buns or something like you're like all right, you're selling rice and buns, okay, I wonder where you're from, and then his whole thing is like I took her to a hockey game. And it's like, all right.
Because he's ice. Because he's water.
And opposites attract.
Romeo and Juliet.
No, I can see myself liking it. I feel like I like Turning Red, similar to the way I liked Luca. Like, I thought it was cute. I enjoyed it. But Finding Dory, I think I remember being kind of excited about that one and being physically angry in the theater.
They massacred my people. I watched it one time, I remember, beach weeks after senior year of high school, and I've never revisited it. I pretend like it doesn't exist.
Why?
What people talk about most that they made that fish bald.
Yeah. Dory's fuck ass dad with the bald ass head. He I just get annoyed too. Why is the final sequence in Finding Dory a car chase scene? They're fish.
They massacre.
Yeah, they just got too silly with the side characters. I don't know.
Yeah, they got is that guy going?
And that just so happened to line up with like the fall of Ellen. So it just kind of was.
Yeah.
No one acts like that movie exists.
And then Incredibles 2 for not committing to the time jump, cowardly. And then they genuinely went goofy on the other super people.
Yeah.
Like, why was one of them an owl? That was awful.
I saw Brave way too late in life, and I was kind of like, who is this movie for?
You gotta see it right when you like hate your parents or something.
Yeah. I'll be shooting for my own hand. That's all I remember. And there's a bear.
Like I like what they were doing, but the whole brother bear aspect, I was like, it's been done.
It's been done.
Yeah.
Is a good dinosaur worth it? I haven't seen it.
It's a dinosaur western. It's so good.
All right,
I remember hating on it when the marketing for it. I was like, "Fuck the Good Dinosaur" for no reason in college.
I don't know how young is your youngest niece or nephew. Like that's who you should watch it with because it is about a big green dinosaur having an adventure in the West
with a baby. Yeah. Word. All right.
It's good.
Oh man! All right, check it out. What's the next? There's a new one coming out. I'm sure at some point.
It's slop. It's so bad. Read them off. It's so bad. The two confirmed upcoming are just so.
Was it really that bad?
I mean, like thank God they put Hoppers out because like
solid.
Hoppers.
Read them off.
Talk about solid.
I'm looking it up. Upcoming Pixar movie. Hang on, we're reading them off.
Oh, and no one put Inside Out too. Granted, I haven't seen it.
Wasn't a huge. Oh,
Gato.
Well,
not to say this again. Wait. What are you against women? No, she doesn't have a. She doesn't.
So wait, hang on. What? Gato is coming out next year. It's a guy named Luca. It follows a black cat in Italy who finds himself indebted to a feline mob boss and must forge an unexpected friendship. What?
But it's got a cool painty animation style. I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Okay, they got Incredibles 3.
Yeah.
We talked about that.
And that's coming out in 2028, so don't even...
I'm seeing Coco 2 in 2029.
I also see that here.
Bleak. Make something original.
That's tough.
Yeah, 12 years later too.
They are. They got Gato.
Hey man, your dad's
Gato.
still dead. Like,
Yeah. Mama
remember
Coca.
me. You were 12 and now you're 30.
Remember me.
Get on the Alfamana. I thought they all, what's going to happen now? They're like, sorry, now we're going to extra dead adventure with Mama Coco.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Well, good. This was a good episode, boys.
Yeah.
Third
The
side up,
Odyssey is behind us. We got
Her private
her
hell.
personal hell.
Her
private.
personal
Private
private
hell
hell.
next week. So be sure to tune in
Word.
next week. We appreciate you guys for engaging with us, watching as always. And we will catch y'all.
Yes.
Word.
Inshallah,
Next
her
one.
hell stays private. All right.
Inshallah.